You select your kyber crystal, place it on.
I guess you can pick which one you like the best, whatever color. I guess red to match your red, no? Because you have black and red.
Green.
Good choice, right?
Red, what would you need to balance here? But I gotta keep an eye on you for that, that is for sure. Now that you have your kyber crystal, it's time for results. Of your lightsabers. Scraps to which you have chosen. Also to keep your fingers from disintegration. Please consider that fingers are quite expensive to replace and also very useful for everyone. Well, take a look at your pieces a little bit. Kind of eye on which ones will be your lightsaber because half of that tray will be yours. As you can see, there is a lot of pieces though and a little overwhelming, so let's go through it together. Let's explore. In the longest slot is going to be your chassis. Slot number 1 and 2 are going to be your sleeves. Slot number 3 is going to be your emitter. Meanwhile, slot number 4 is going to be your end caps. And slot number 5 is going to be your activation switch, your on and off switch. Now I have myself going through the whole process as well as all my fellow gatherers here if you need any assistance whatsoever. But I do have one question to ask you. Are you ready to build your own lightsabers? Yes! Alright, let's begin. Starting with your chassis. Make sure that opening hollow end of that chassis is facing towards the ceiling. In the center chassis, you're going to see a chamber. Feel that roof of that chamber. You should feel a pressure plate. Once you sense that pressure plate, grab your kyber crystal. Use any tip of the kyber crystal to push up on that spring pad to wedge it inside. It should be glowing and have a little quick hum. If you do not hear or see any of those, let one of us know.
Would you like some help, my friend? Of course. May I see your crystal? Thank you.
It should be straight up and down, glow, and make a quick hum.
There you are. Much better.
It is by far the hardest step of all, so if you need any assistance, one of the gatherers here are willing to help you. Alright, I see a bunch of glowing kyber crystals, so we're going to move on to section number 5. Section number 5 is going to be your activation switch, your on and off. You're going to select one set out of those two. Do not mix and match those sets. Once you select that set, turn it over. On the inside, there's going to be a red square and blue rectangle. In the center of your chassis, you're going to see those same symbols. You're going to match red square directly on top of red square. Blue rectangle should go directly on top of blue rectangle. Snap into place. As you can hear, there's going to be a misfire. If you do not hear that, find your activation switch. Switch it up. This is where you can hear that misfire. If you do not hear that misfire, let us know. That misfire is actually a good sound, so if you do not hear that one, let one of us know. If I can hear those misfires one more time real quick.
Off on it. Switch right there?
Perfect. We're going to move on to section number 1 and 2. Sections number 1 and 2 are going to be your sleeves. You're going to select 2 out of those 4. Your favorite 2. Mix and match those 2. Whichever choose you like best. You're going to have one on the top and one on the bottom. But what does matter, if I can have all your attention up here real quick. Each of your sleeve has a thicker, wider band. Whether that thicker, wider band is going to be silver or copper, it's going to be inserting first, touching your activation plate. Whether you want it on the top or on the bottom, make sure that thicker, wider band is inserting first. Then push and twist to lock it in. It is metal, so apply pressure while you're twisting it to lock it in place so it doesn't move. Again, you're going to need one on the top and one on the bottom. Make sure that wider, thicker band is inserting first.
You sure you don't want these, right?
Yeah. So it's going to be a push and twist to the right.
Alright, your sleeve should not be moving whatsoever.
There you go. Yep.
Beautiful.
And then for the top, it's the same principle.
Now that we have both sleeves intact, we're going to move on to section number 3. Section number 3 is going to be your emitter. The opening end of your chassis. Find that opening end, that's where it's going to go. Twist all the way to the right. No pressure required for this one. Perfect. Once you have your emitter, flip your chassis upside down to expose that power cell. To cover that, you're going to go on to section number 4.
Section 4.
what you did with the emitter, twist to lock it in, but first make sure to level and align it first before twisting it. The pommel has a tendency to cross thread, so if you feel any resistance whatsoever, that's why I recommend you having it upside down to let gravity do the work for you. And there you have it. Once you're satisfied with it, place it on the heel stand right in front of you for inspection.
Are you ready for inspection? Wonderful. All right, some good choices here. Lots of good grip strength. That'll be wonderful for battle. And it helps that it works too. That's usually a good one. Now, when we activate today, you're going to use this switch. Switch up to activate and switch down to deactivate, all right? I want you to feel that real fast, and it's going to get very dark in here, and that one's a hard one to find. Feel how it feels? Perfect. Now set it right here for me, my friend. We'll get ready for stabilization. And I'll take these pieces. You won't need them anymore.
You're gonna slide up on that switch, okay? And then this emitter is very large. You're gonna get a saber sheath after this,
So
which is
that
like a
is
bag
for
for
your
your
belt.
lightsaber. I would recommend taking off the emitter before placing it
So the
inside
belt
because
clip is mounted
you get stuck in
either
there.
loop it
You can just
or
twist it off and then put it on the top. Does that make sense? I'm going this here for you.
So it's both style and functionality.
Place your hand on your hilt. Take a deep breath and activate. Raise your saber. You have just built a lightsaber like the Jedi and Sith that have come before you. And like them, you too can change the galaxy. Remember, it only takes a spark. So raise it high, raise it proud, be proud of yourself, builder. We're creating this wonderful piece of art. Now lower and deactivate your lightsaber.
Complete your lightsaber is. Choose your path it cannot, but light your way it can. May the Force be with you.
$50 for the case.